Now, an 11 Alive investigation into professional tenants. And in this case, being a pro is not a compliment.
It means you're good at exploiting the system to avoid paying rent. And while investigator Rebecca Lindstrom says landlords may be out thousands of dollars, in the eyes of the law, it's rarely prosecuted as theft.
It is a crime, but it's hard to get police and prosecutors to pay attention. We started looking into this after a viewer reached out and he was saying finding affordable housing is tough, especially if your credit is not so good. But it is this kind of behavior that makes it even harder for someone who needs a landlord willing to give them a chance.
Ma'am,
have you paid rent? Have you paid rent?
You need to go. You're not supposed
have
to be
you
here.
paid
You
rent?
need to go.
It's an easy question. This woman refuses to answer.
She moved in June and we started the eviction process in August.
Why?
Non-payment.
Ever?
She paid her first reservation fee, which bounced. Then she paid the deposit, which again bounced after she had moved in.
Gary Lee owns a property management company, now trying to collect for one of 6 landlords Shatil rented from in Gwinnett County. Court records show in the past 2 years, none of the landlords got paid in full. And when the money stopped, the excuses began.
This is the unit here.
Kenny Luna and 2 other landlords say Shatil claimed she couldn't pay because of problems with identity theft.
She gave me a letter from her bank saying, we have your money, but we can't give it to you because you have fraud.
But landlords shared letters from banks they could never verify, and we discovered a notarized letter full of misinformation. But when we tried to ask Shatil about it,
What are you talking about?
Luna says what upsets him the most is that she's doing this with her 2 children.
And I'm like, they're bouncing from house to house. That's not a way to live. That's not stable. She works for a place that's supposed to protect children.
Oh yeah, we confirmed that for 5 months, Shatil worked for DFACS, Georgia's Division of Family and Children's Services.
They're using the system. It's a broken system.
Nobody tracks the scope of the problem, but Lee says in his 27 years of experience, about 20% of those who fall behind on their rent are doing it on purpose.
And he says it's getting worse. A tenant can delay an eviction by filing a response. Any response. Shatil once simply wrote, I am filing an answer to this case. We surveyed metro counties around metro Atlanta. Most of the courts say they can hear cases in a matter of weeks. But in Gwinnett, like many other counties, it can take up to 6 months to actually enforce the order.
Do these property owners ever end up getting that lost rent?
No. Most of the time it's gone.
Shatil was convicted of theft in Clayton County, but was sentenced as a first offender. So exactly what she stole is sealed. While failing to pay rent is usually considered a civil matter, property owners wish it were easier to prosecute as a crime when a pattern is clear.
But I am trying to figure out why you've bounced from house to house to house without paying rent.
On or off camera, Shatil never did answer our questions, but at least her current landlord says she is paying rent.
And I am told after we started asking questions, Shatil did pay what she owed to one of her former landlords. It is important to note it is the families with 1 or 2 properties willing to give someone a chance that are really being exploited by this action.